I'm going to try to make this really simple. In today's world, things about China are often very charged. People's emotions about China are very charged. You can see that all throughout 2020 during the election season. You can see it in so many different ways as it relates to either tariffs or as it relates to the issues of the coronavirus, or as it relates to issues about single companies that the government has said to be potentially problematic, or I don't want to get into any of that. What I want to say is that what we have seen China do this year is tremendously optimistic for the rest of the world. Because, said simply, China has been a leading indicator for almost everything during this time period. They got the virus first. They locked down first. They then opened up before others. And their economy has boomed. Today, when you actually look at their economy, it is tremendously stronger and grown more since the worst of all this, and ahead in time of the rest of us, is leading us as a leading indicator. Their steel production today is now at all-time highs. Their transportation business, which, as you know, transportation in the Western world has gotten whacked hard by features of this year and has bounced back some, but is still operating at roughly a third of the levels that it was operating at before the coronavirus struck. In China, it has been doing very much better. When you look at, for example, luxury goods, you can see luxury good producers selling into China at now record levels, and at levels that are above where they were when these problems all started at the beginning of the year. And so all of that as a leading, and the stock market, of course, has done better than ours, markedly. When I say better than ours, better than America's, better than Europe's, better than Japan's, better than any major nation, or the combination of major nations, like the world as a whole, which I'm always a big fan of paying attention to. So that strength of China tells you, as they've evolved so well, because they started earlier and they continue to do well, so will we. That is, will we have bumps and fits and starts along the way? Of course. But their strength should give you cause for optimism when you see how well they are doing. And then you see the progress that's been made in America, and to a lesser extent in Europe, that we're moving along a timeline that has China first, America, some of the other Asian economies doing well now and pulling along strongly, and Europe coming a little bit later. But all of that should make you more optimistic for the economy and is a further sign of strength and looking forward to a better world. Subscribe to the Fisher Investment YouTube channel if you like what you've seen. Click the bell to be notified as soon as we publish new videos.